how's it going, guys? Thanks for clicking on the video again. I really do appreciate it. It's a nice day out there today, just a little bit of snow. We had kind of a crappy weather last night with snow, then rain, freezing rain, and it got cold, so everything's a big mess. But I'm out here in the shed today, gonna go over 5 items that I always bring with me, whether I go camping, hiking, or ATVing. I never leave home without these 5 things. They're usually in a little survival bag that I have in the 4-wheeler. I'll go over that in a separate video. So these are just going to be 5 items that I think are the most important things to bring with you. If you're in a different climate than me, I'm in southern New Brunswick, Canada, so it's on the east coast of Canada. We get cold winters of -30 and we get hot summers of +30, so if you're in a different climate where it doesn't get cold, you know, you're going to have something different than me. So this is just what I bring. I'm not saying this is the end all be all, it's just what I always bring. So let's take a look at that. Alright, so 5 items that's super important to keep on your bike. ATV, side-by-side, hiking, whatever you want. It all's going to depend on your climate too, but where I am, these are the 5 things that I always bring no matter what. Obviously I bring a lot more. Maybe I'll make another video some other day with all the things that I bring. But these are the 5 things for sure. So the first thing I usually bring is some type of cover. If it's raining, if it's snowing, you're going to want to keep all that stuff off you. If it's real windy, you can make a wind block. This here is a sil nylon tarp. This is the cheapest way to do it. This is a 10x10. You can get any size you want. This 10x10 folds up pretty small, fits in my bag that I keep in my box back there. You can also spend a little bit more and you can get yourself a waxed canvas, which is a lot tougher. It's gonna last a lot longer than something like this, and maybe I'll upgrade to that someday. If you have maybe if you have a side-by-side and you have tons of room, like my brother's Kawasaki Terex has tons of storage spots. It's crazy how much storage it has. You could just buy yourself a tent and maybe put it in a dry bag and keep it down in one of the compartments. That way you'll have total cover then. Maybe that with a tarp, because sometimes tents aren't 100% waterproof. Put the tarp over the tent, you'd be good for the night for sure. So the number 1 item I always bring would be some type of cover. Alright, on to item number 2. Item number 2 is pretty simple. Fire. Some sort of a combustion device. I always carry a Bic lighter in my pocket. It's with me all the time. Just about dropped it. Perfect for the camera. Bic lighter, I always keep that on me as my number 1 source of lighting a fire. My second would be a ferrocerium rod. This one I actually made myself. I bought the little ferrocerium rod off of Amazon or eBay, I don't remember. Super cheap. Came in a little package like this with 10 of them. I made 1 for me, my brothers, my dad, then I made 2 more that I gave away in a video, just a little handle. Don't know how good it'll zoom in or anything, but nothing too fancy. Little lanyard on it. So yeah, you strike it, even this soaking wet is always going to light. A lighter may not light if you fell in the water, if you're canoeing or kayaking. This here can be soaking wet, shoot sparks. This paired with cotton balls with a little bit of Vaseline on them is a great fire starter. It goes every time. I use it all the time. So yeah, my number 2 item would be fire, some sort of a combustion device. Alright, back with item number 3. This here is just a knife. If you don't want to have a knife and you want to have an axe, that's fine too. I always carry a knife. I usually carry both, to be honest. But this here is Mora Companion. This is a super quality knife. It's only costs about $20. You can get these anywhere online. I happened to go to a fishing store one time and they had them. So I bought it. Made in Sweden. Real good quality knife, especially for the price. Of course, my favorite knife, a Grommen. This one's made in Nova Scotia. My brother gave me this one. Really, really nice. Full tang. I love that knife. It's my favorite. I bring that if I go camping or hiking. I don't always take it with me when I go on the 4-wheeler, just because it has a nice leather case. I don't want to wreck it. And my first knife, which I'm sure is probably everyone had this as their first knife, but the classic buck knife. This one here even says made in the USA. For a while there, buck got cheap and they started making their stuff down in China somewhere. And actually on this one you can see I have a ferrocerium rod and striker right on it. So yeah, just keep that all in one. Classic buck knife. So yeah, that would be my number 3 item. A knife or an axe, like I said. All depends on preference. And on to the number 4 item, which would be a container, preferably a metal one. Something you can boil some water with once you get your fire going and your tarp set up and all that stuff. This here is just a cheap stainless steel bottle. It has a plastic top, unfortunately, but it has a... I painted it black with some fireplace paint, just so that when you put it in the fire, the stickiness from like the tree sap and stuff doesn't stick to the bottle as bad. But yeah, I had that for a real long time. If you don't want to use a bottle, I've seen a lot of people just use a regular old pot. That's fine too, and then you can cook in it too. It's hard to cook in a bottle, so maybe a pot's a little bit better. I also usually bring along with me is my kettle. This is a GSI Alpine stainless steel kettle. This one is great. I love it. I'm not going to take it out. It's full of spices and tea and coffee and stuff. So yeah, I see a lot of people carry kettles. Or if you wanted, you could have something like this. Just the classic GI water bottle. And it comes with the metal canteen cup, and you can stick that, no problem at all. Drive that right in the fire, boil up some water. It actually holds quite a bit. I usually bring this one with me when I go camping. Carry water, and I got a cup all in one. It just goes in my pack. Attaches with molly straps. It's really good. So yeah, some type of metal container would be that would be the next one. Alright, so for the 5th item, some sort of cordage, like rope. This here just happens to be kind of like a bank line that's waxed, so it's really durable in the wet weather and stuff. But if you didn't want to have that, you could have like a jute twine. This stuff not as strong, but it's actually good for lighting fires. You can pull it apart, maybe spark it. A lot of us carry bungee cords. Those are popular. So yeah, some type of a cordage would definitely be another option to carry with you as your 5th item to string up your tarp. I mean, it's going to be tough for you to go and collect enough spruce roots to tie up your tarp, and then really, do you want to be messing around maybe at night trying to find spruce roots under the ground, getting it so you can tie up your tarp? But yeah, bring some rope with you. I've got lots of rope there. You can see it in the background. I always carry rope with me, different kinds. So that's the 5th item. Alright, just to do a quick recap of the 5 items I always bring with me. So the number 1, cover. Like I said, sil nylon. You can use wax canvas or bring a tent. Number 2 would be fire, either with a Bic lighter or ferrocerium rod. Number 3 would be your cutting tool, so either a knife, an axe, whatever you'd like, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Number 4 would be a container, so something that's metal so you can boil some water in it. Give you 3 options that I use. Another one would be just a regular pot with a lid. And the last would be some type of rope. That is a waxed bank line type of rope. So yeah, those are just the recap there of the 5 items. Alright, there it is, my 5 items I bring into the woods with me every time I go. Hopefully you guys like the video. A little something different for me. I never really get into the gear videos, but if you guys like it, let me know in the comments. I have tons of gear. I can let you know what I think about all of it. I have a survival bag that I keep in my storage bin there that I can go through everything in that. A lot of this is in there, plus some extra stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the video. Thinking about starting a whole new playlist on my channel of just some gear related stuff. Maybe some things that I wear that I like, that I didn't like. Maybe it'll help somebody along the way so they don't go and buy something that's maybe a piece of junk like I I've done numerous times. But that's the way you learn, I guess. So yeah, hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel. Really appreciate all the support, all the likes and comments. I really like hearing where people are from. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.